Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Sunday, November 5th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin with WWE Crown Jewel streamed yesterday on Peacock and the WWE Network from the Mohammed Abdo Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. In the main event, Roman Reigns made the 54th successful defense of his WWE Universal Championship, pinning LA Knight after a spear in 20 minutes and 3 seconds. The match was marred by interference from Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Logan Paul won his first professional wrestling championship earlier in the show, besting Rey Mysterio in 17 minutes and 52 seconds to take the United States title. Paul pinned Mysterio after hitting him with brass knuckles.
Oh, wait a minute! Paul got the brass knuckles! The brass knuckles are left on the apron! Mysterio has no idea! 619 connecting, though! Mysterio with an opportunity to put... Oh, my goodness! Knockout punch with the brass knuckles! Logan Paul is the United States champion!
Here's your winner, and new United States champion, Logan Paul!
With one right hand full of brass knuckles, the Maverick Logan Paul has radically changed the complexion of WWE.
In the opener, Seth Rollins retained the World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Drew McIntyre in 18 minutes and 24 seconds. Damian Priest attempted to cash in his Money in the Bank contract for a title shot against Rollins, but Sami Zayn made off with the Money in the Bank briefcase and contract, preventing the cash-in.
Mr. Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, with his contract in hand and a referee in tow. Priest can cash in on a World Championship opportunity any place, anytime, and it appears it will be tonight.
I'm going to take this title. I'm going to beat his ass for the title.
You ready? You ready?
Wait a minute!
What the hell is that?
Behind, Priest driven into the ring post, and it's Sami Zayn! Sami Zayn thwarting the opportunity by Damian Priest to cash in Money in the Bank!
You cannot cash that contract in if you're not in possession of it.
Later in the show, Priest would also lose his match to Cody Rhodes, getting pinned in 11 minutes and 4 seconds after taking 3 Crossroads finishers. John Cena continued his losing ways, falling in defeat to Solo Sikoa in 16 minutes and 10 seconds after taking a series of Samoan spikes to the throat. Cena has not won a televised singles match in WWE since 2018. Both women's champions retained, with Rhea Ripley emerging from a fatal 5-way against Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Zoe Stark, and Raquel Rodriguez with her World Women's title intact. And Io Sky successfully defended her WWE Women's title against Bianca Belair. Sky's win came with illegal assistance from her former tag team partner Kairi Sane, who made her return to WWE television after a nearly 3.5-year absence. AEW presented Collision live last night on TNT from the Intrust Bank Center in Wichita, Kansas. In the main event, FTR and LFI united to defeat Ricky Starks, Big Bill, and the Gates of Agony. After the match, House of Black attacked FTR until Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta made the save.
Blackpool comeback club.
Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta with a ready to cheer. The club is having an impromptu meeting. Oh, that time Wheeler cracked him on the back, and Brody again. Wait a minute. I think there's time for a big, giant swing. No, and quickly Malachi Black is out.
FTR and LFI had brawled with Starks and Bill earlier in the show, as well as with Mogul Embassy when Mogul Embassy attacked AR Fox following Swerve Strickland's victory over Fox in a singles match. Mark Briscoe recruited Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee to face Kip Sabian and the Workhorsemen and scored the win for his team by pinning Sabian. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn retained the AEW World Trios title with a win over Dalton Castle and the Boys. Following a loss for Lance Archer to Darby Allin, Archer's manager Jake the Snake Roberts introduced the Righteous as his newest clients, after which Archer laid out Allin.
What is this? Wait. Oh my God!
outposts. You might even call them a misfit. But one thing's for damn sure, they know how to get the job done. So why don't you get ready to go right straight to hell?
Revenge is forever. It's showtime.
No!
Dig what I'm saying, man?
From behind Lance Archer. That's the blackout.
Also on the show, Willow Nightingale pinned Emi Sakura. In National Wrestling Alliance news, a controversial segment during the NWA's most recent pay-per-view may have put the company's new television deal in jeopardy after public backlash over a spot during NWA Samhain in which Jim Mitchell and others were depicted using cocaine. Decision makers within the CW television network are strongly leaning towards shifting the NWA's programming away from broadcast television and onto the CW streaming app, according to a report from House of Wrestling. The NWA had recently secured the new deal with the CW to air NWA programming, but the promotion had not yet moved to the network before the controversy took place. The spot was reportedly conceived by NWA President Billy Corgan, who was reportedly led to believe that the CW was only concerned with the content of NWA's weekly TV and not its pay-per-view events. Since the incident aired on October 28th, the CW has fielded numerous complaints as the news of the network's new TV deal with the NWA had been made public. In legal news, former WCW star Evan Courageous was arrested last Wednesday on charges of assault, according to a report from Queen City News in Gastonia, North Carolina. According to the report, Courageous was arrested in the early morning hours of November 1st and charged with simple assault and injury to personal property. Courageous has since posted bail set at $25,000. We'll keep you posted if further details are made available. And in a note from Japan, during today's All Japan Pro Wrestling show inside the Hotel Emisiya in Sapporo, Katsuhiko Nakajima upended Yuma Aoyagi in 24 minutes and 16 seconds to win the Triple Crown World Heavyweight Championship. Nakajima, who recently left Pro Wrestling Noah to return to All Japan, claims his first Triple Crown title. We'll have more coverage from around the world of Japan this weekend on tomorrow's newscast. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.